Hey guys, it's Lion here with HobbiesofaMan once again, and today we're going to be doing another comic book issue review. But before we start, I do want to apologize if you guys can kind of notice or hear a little bit of an echo in the background. I'm changing rooms from this room to the one on the other side of the apartment, and I basically got rid of everything except for my bookshelf and the stuff associated with it, right, which you can see behind me. And so that means that the room echoes a bit because it's empty and kind of cavernous, right? So hopefully it's not too bad, but if it is, I do apologize. I just wanted to be able to use this background a few more times before I have to start and set up a new one over on the other side of my apartment, right? So today we're gonna be looking at Red Sonja number 11. We continue on having these amazing Lucille Perillo covers. Honestly, I would really like him to work with Titan or with Heroic Signatures and make some Heroic Signatures Conan-based, covers, but at least we get Red Sonja. I really love this one. I love the athletic look to Red Sonja. I really like how, this whole thing looks. I love her hair in the background. And I think the anatomy here is really, really great. Also, there are no missing details, right? Like her cups there on her bra are actually connected to something, which is nice. I kind of complained about that once already. So it's nice that they're there again, right? So yeah, so this book is pretty good. I actually quite enjoyed it. However, I am kind of feeling like, I feel like I say this every week, this story needs to end, and it feels like it's dragging a bit. Even though I'm enjoying it, I feel like it's getting to the point where, okay, we got to beat the wizard or move on, right? And somehow the story feels like it's getting longer and longer. And I'm not sure that's a good thing. I'm not sure it's necessarily a bad thing either. I'm guessing that people like it, and that's why it continues to balloon, but I'm not sure that I like it that much. Like, I don't necessarily want the 25 issue run of this. I think, a 12 issue run should have been good just to have that 50th year or whatever it was that they were celebrating. I think it was 50. And to move on from that, right? Put the character to rest for a bit and then start with a new series, right? But I guess they didn't want to do that, right? So this continues on from the previous issue. Basically, the black-eyed god is in a tavern and he's just having fun with humans. He's really interested in how they interact, what they are, why they do things, and he's quite enamored by the concept of humans, right? I don't necessarily think he likes humans, but there's a certain level of appreciation for them that he has now because of, actually existing around them, right? Which I think he didn't have before. And he's showing off his powers of omniscience to the humans in this tavern, and he's having fun. He gets to have sex, which is also cool, I guess. He is very excited about that. And then we transition over to Red Sonja, who's talking to Grace, who reminds her of her human self or her human incarnation that recently just died, right? And it transitions over to Grace's family members that we get introduced to, her aunt and her little sister or cousin, I can't remember. And they are on this path up a mountain. They're trying to deal with something because basically with the gods coming back, they need to find a way to beat them away, right? They have to return to wherever they were so that humanity and the world is stable again. And so the aunt asks her niece to ask Grace for help because apparently this lady knew who Grace was all along. And so as Sonja reminds her of this, Grace kind of hears the plea, so kind of affords them a blessing of sorts, right? I guess that's how you could say that. Sonja asks Grace for information, and then we get to see that Ymir and the other gods are getting ready to go to war. I'm not sure who they're fighting. The concept of gods going to war makes sense if they fight each other. But no one is fighting them. Humans are fighting each other, right? Which is what Kulangath and, the lady from Emberfall are doing. They're fighting each other. It has nothing to do with the gods. So the fact that Ymir just decides to go to war doesn't make sense to me because, first of all, can humans really beat gods? Besides Red Sonja, who has a god as a patron, right? And so would the gods even be interested in going to war with them? And it's unclear, so I didn't really like that aspect, but everything else about it was great. Like, I really like the paneling, I like the artwork, I like how the story is unfolding. I just think that part specifically didn't really make too much sense. Kulan Gath then is scrying. He's trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and he sees that Red Sonja goes to the black-eyed god, right? So he kind of kills a man to send him to Elric, to Erlich, sorry, to send him a message. And it turns out that Emberfall is also going to war. And now that Sonja is with the black-eyed god, we get to see that the niece and the aunt of Grace actually managed to climb the mountain, hit this giant stone hammer into a wall, and then from there managed to awaken these trolls, right? So I guess the gods were going to go to war with the trolls, but the gods have nothing to like fight for, right? So I'm not really sure what they're going to war for, but you know, at the same time, they're gods. They have nothing better to do, right? So I guess that's what they do. So the trolls come, Sonja and the god see the battle, and basically it turns out that Kulan Gath shows up as well, which is a problem because we don't know what he's gonna do. And it basically turns out that it was all set up so that Red Sonja and the black-eyed god would meet at the same time as Kulan Gath is there, so that something can happen. I'm not really sure what it is that is supposed to happen, but something is supposed to happen at this point, right? So overall, I really enjoyed everything that happened here. It's just looking back on it, I feel like there's a bit of confusion that is created by the way that the story is told, and I'm not sure that that's great, right? So that's really my thoughts there, but I did like this. I had a lot of fun with it. I love Walter Giovanni's artwork. I think he does a great job. I would like to see him actually work on some Conan stuff, right? You know, if they make a Sonja of Rigatori or whatever it's called, like the original Sonja character that Roy Thomas used to create Red Sonja, if they did that at Heroic Signatures, I wish that they would get Walter Giovanni to do this, right? So I think that would work quite nicely. But there really isn't too much else to say about this. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know your thought. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.